Hello everyone, my name is Bashar and I am Group 4 and our topic today is about strength training. From its name we can include that it's a physical exercise that increase the strength and endurance. And today our specific topic is what's the benefit of strength training for athletes. Athletes are people who are involved in sports like basketball, running, football. So how to perform the strength training. We can perform the strength training using free weights, weight machines, or what we call body weights. So what's the benefits of strength training? For a younger athletes, the first benefit is it creates a foundation. What does it mean by a foundation? Your body will get used to the exercises that you will perform in the future or the sports you will be involved in the future. So strength training helps you to get ready and doesn't affect you in the future. And second thing is injury prevention. Because you are training a lot and you have increased your strength, your body will get used and your physical performance will get higher. You will have a flexible body and a great body for doing athletes sports, so your injuries will be reduced. And the third one is increased strength, as it says from its name, strength training. So every athlete needs to have strength to take the resistance and the pressure of the sport so that he can perform for longer times and more reps and staying for longer time. Also builds self-esteem. It is strength training for younger athletes to increase its confidence and self-esteem. So if a program younger athletes focus gain attention and more motivated to perform in the future, and the strength training will makes you perform your sport more eventually. And the fifth one, increase athletic performance. When you perform strength training, your body will get used to the pressure and will get more resistance for trainings. So the strength training will increase your agility, speed, power, endurance, mobility, stability, balance, and durability. So performing strength training for athletes is very important, as we mentioned before. And thank you. We will move next to another person.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Abdul Shukur Ashraf bin Abdul Samad. I from Group 4. Now I want to go to the next slide about the principle of strength training. The principle of strength training have three types. Firstly, specificity of training. Second, overload. Third, progressive overload. Then now I want to present one by one about the types of principal strength training. Firstly, specificity of training. The principle of specificity is deceptively simple and it drives all the gains that's on max from strength training program. This principle is important because applying it correctly will allow one to have a focused, efficient program that will lead to the desired gains. Second, the types of principles are overload. The overload principle states that in order to keep making gains from an exercise program, you must find some way to make it more difficult. This is because bodies adapt to exercise every training or to use the body. And the last one for the principle of training, progressive overload. The progressive overload involve two areas. Firstly, the exercise that are employed in a training program. Second, the project amount of work that is done in a training program. Now, this is all principal have to do the strength training must every to do at the all athlete for the example.
Hi, my name is David Yong Lungwei. So this is my part slide. So why strength training is important for all athletes? Strength training has become such an integral part of athlete training regimen over the past several decades that you would assume it is universally accepted as standard operating procedure. So reason of athlete need strength training: first is help reduce the incidence or severity of injury. Injury are always occur in sport competition, such as shock absorber and joint stabilizer, the need for continuous stretching. An extremely important point of emphasis here is that this benefit hold true for both male and female athletes. Numerous studies indicate that females show relative similar gain in muscle size, example pound for pound, and strength as male after several weeks of strength training. This increased strength is just as important in injury detected for female as for male. Next, the combination of muscle and connective tissue strength and pliability drive from strength training is structured in dissipating the aforementioned force that are so prevalent in both practice and game. Then stronger muscle and connective tissue intend to meet better and at the fastest rate when injury are incurred. Then next slide is improve in overall flexibility. As we know, full range strength trainings like that which focus on movement that complete the biochemically correct concentric racing pace and intrinsic lowering pace function of the targeted area will have a enhancing effect on mobility and flexibility of that structure. Keep in mind that muscle work in pair, and while one component of a joint is shortened contract, the opposite component is lengthened, like stretch. The next is taking the time and effort to work a given strength training set in a focused, constrained, and serious manner, pay divided in long-term flexibility improvement. Then the third point is, for reason athlete need strength training is increased resting metabolism. Muscle is a very active tissue. Every pound of a new muscle burn around 30 to 40 calories a day for tissue maintenance while the body is at rest. Approximately 3 pounds of new muscle can raise your resting metabolic rate by about 7%. The benefit for that situation, the body become a effective calorie burning machine that factor into weight control and plays a paramount role in keeping body fat in check. So lastly, even when you are resting, not working hard in the weight room, your thermoglory system is so fine tuned that it's work over time in assisting your body in maintaining your weight goal. So that's all for my part slide. Thank you.
Now I will present about the benefit of strength training. The first benefit is helps you develop better body mechanics. Strength training also benefit for your balance, coordination, and posture. One study showed that in older people who are at higher risk of falling because of worse physical functioning, strength training reduced risk of falling by 40% compared with individuals who did not do strength training exercise. And the second benefit is helps keep the break off for good. Exercise science researchers suspect strength training is helpful for weight loss because it helps increase your resting metabolism. The metabolism means is the rate at which your body burns calories when you're just going about your days. And the third benefit is protects your bone health and muscle mass. The muscle strengthening activities help preserve or increase muscle mass, strength, and power, which are essential for bone, joint, and muscle health as we age. The last benefit is make you stronger and fitter. Strength training is also called resistance training. There are two types of resistance training: isometric resistance and isotonic strength training. Isometric resistance involves contracting your muscle against a non-moving object, such as against a floor in a push-up. The isotonic strength training involves contracting your muscle through a range of motion, as in weightlifting. Now this is my presentation. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Hassan. Okay, this is my part. My part, I will show you how do you do some exercise, strong training. The beginning, I will show you exercise for chest. The first, this is the exercise for below chest. The below chest. This is the exercise for below chest. Okay. Next exercise for middle chest. Like this. Okay. Next exercise for shoulder muscles. Exercise for abs muscles.
I'm Kendra Vorba, Supervisor of Group Fitness and Certified Exercise Physiologist at the GHS Life Center. In this video, I'm going to show you a series of 5 exercises designed to challenge all of your major muscle groups using minimal equipment. You'll need a set of dumbbells, and a chair and a mat are optional. Ideally, you'll select a set of weights that causes the muscles you're working to fatigue within 8 to 15 repetitions. If you're new to muscle strengthening exercise, repeat the series 1 time. If you're feeling good at the end of 1 set, repeat it a second or a 3rd time. I've got Tom here with me, also a certified personal trainer, and he'll be demonstrating the exercises while I talk to you about them. He'll be starting with a goblet squat using one of his dumbbells and a chair. This squat challenges all of the muscles in the lower body. So using the chair, he'll stand with his feet about hip width apart, keeping the weight close to his body. From here, he bends his knees, sits his hips back as if he's sitting in the chair, and then he stands right back up. Notice that he's keeping his back nice and long, and he's keeping his core active. Next, Tom will perform a bent over row to work the muscles in his back. Using one hand to support his body weight by placing it on the chair, he takes the dumbbell in the other hand and keeps it fairly close to his body, drawing his elbow up and back. Next, Tom will demonstrate an overhead press to work the shoulder muscles. Bringing the hands slightly above the shoulders with his palms facing forward, he extends his arms overhead, pressing the weights towards the ceiling. If you experience shoulder discomfort during this exercise, you may be able to alleviate that discomfort by closing the shoulder socket, turning the palms towards one another in what we call a neutral grip, and then pressing overhead from there. Next, Tom will demonstrate a push-up to challenge the muscles in his chest, arms, and core. Bringing his hands a little bit wider than his shoulders and assuming a plank position, he'll bend at the elbows, lowering his entire body towards the mat. If you're new to push-ups and these feel extra challenging, you're welcome to set your knees down and try a push-up from here. Next, Tom will perform a bridge to challenge the muscles in his legs, hips, and core. Lying on the mat with his knees bent, he presses his hips away from the mat, pauses for about 2 seconds, and then lowers back down to the start position. It's important to keep your abdominals contracted throughout this exercise. So remember, if you're new to exercise, aim for repeating these 5 exercises 1 time through, with 8 to 15 repetitions. As you progress, add a second or even a 3rd round. For more tips on staying healthy, visit our website at ghs.org/healthyallyear.